Hey everyone, it's Jonathan, and today I have a bonus little episode for you. I was editing this week's episode of Every Version Ever, and I realized I had a huge section of the conversation that had absolutely nothing to do with the topic at hand. My guest this week was Jenna, aka Phantomwise, and we were talking about an obscure anime adaptation of Little Women from 1977, and somehow our conversation went off the rails and we ended up talking for way too long about companies that exist solely to rip off Disney movies, failed attempts to adapt non-child-friendly material for children, just a bunch of random tangents that I had to cut from the episode for being completely irrelevant. However, I still thought they were funny and worth listening to, so instead of just cutting them, I decided to make a mini random bonus episode out of it.
Yeah, because I haven't seen the Les Mis one yet, and I'm like, how the heck do they do Les Mis in this short? Because actually, it looks like it's based off cassette completely. Like they focus on cassette, and I think that's why they do Les Mis, because it's really about like cassette's part in it. But I'm still like, that's a huge book. It's huge. Like I don't know. It's also kind of like strange that they do try these stories, because Alice, I could see why they chose Alice. I could see why they chose fairy tales like Sleeping Beauty and Hansel and Gretel. I don't really see why they chose Little Women.
No, yeah.
Or Les Mis, or even Frankenstein and Dracula.
I could understand Little Women over Les Mis.
Yeah. It's like Les Mis is like 2 novels in one, I think. It's huge.
And it's not really for kids either.
Yeah. It's kind of weird how some people are like classic literature equals for kids, and it's like, I mean, sometimes, but no.
Yeah, you run into that a lot.
Yeah,
especially like at the library, like trying to find classic literature. A lot of times it's under the kids section.
Yeah, and it's like, what about Hunchbacks as kids? I mean, Disney made it a kids movie, but it's not a kids book. Like, well, that was kind of like hilarious about when when Disney was like, we're doing Hunchback, and all these studios that make fake movies when Disney makes a movie, just to capitalize on it. And they're like, because usually they take like the public domain thing and just make a movie on that, but they're all the Hunchback ones are crazy because they're like, how do you make this a kid's story? Free, whatever.
I guess I didn't even know that they had done that with Hunchback of Notre Dame. That's going to be interesting when I eventually get to that.
I don't know if I should spoil it for you or not. You know what? I'm going to try it. I'm not going to tell you because that's how weird. Like, there's 2 Hunchback movies that are really weird. And then I recommend the Dingo Hunchback. It's hilarious. The Dingo Hunchback is actually faithful-ish.
Dingo is in the Australian dog-like mammal.
You never heard of Dingo Pictures?
No.
Oh my god, it's a treasure. It's really.
So it's
you
not.
Ever seen
It's
the
not
dinosaur
a dingo playing Hunchback.
No.
This is a company.
This is a company. You might end up taking this out. Dingo is a company that makes really bad animated movies. Have you ever seen the meme of a dinosaur going "ee"?
Maybe. I know. There's like a few dinosaur memes I'm trying to think through.
Well, that's like the most famous thing from it, but their English dubs are hilarious because even the people are speak English, but it's not a fluent language, so some of their translations are like kind of weird for kids movies. And when they flub a take, they just leave it in. They don't redo it. And like my favorite one is they have a ripoff of Aristocats called Nice Cats, and little baby Marie is going around the house going, I can't find my damn hairbrush. Like, Marie, you're a baby. Stop.
Okay, I need to see this.
Dingo is it's gorgeously awful. if you want to watch like somebody do like highlights of dingo movies, Phelous, Phelous, that would be the route to take. But that said, like I think dingo movies are hilarious. So other people think they're awful and you can't watch them at all. I think they're worth a laugh. But they did Hunchback, and it's surprisingly like more faithful than the Disney version. And it has nuns screaming at baby Quasimodo like, "Ah!" this baby should be burned in a fire. A great big fire. And I'm not exaggerating. That's literally like what they say and how they say it. I love dingo movies. I wish there was a Dingo Alice.
Is this company still working, or is this
unfortunately
a defunct
no
company?
I mean they still exist, like as in they're selling, I guess, like distributing them with films, but they don't make any new ones.
Oh, that's too bad. You could lobby for an Alice adaptation.
Yeah, I'd be like, please
ruin my favorite story.
Please, yes, I want it. Bless me or curse me with it, like, and then have the English voice actors voice it, please. If you ever saw the upload of the really weird anime Sam found that we don't know the year of on Curious Archive, and it's like mostly still pictures with a little bit of animation. I've been thinking of putting dingo sound bits over it just for a laugh. Like, because at one point Alice is like looking for the rabbit's gloves in a dresser, and I'm like, oh, that would be a perfect moment to put. I can't find my damn hairbrush, and so I might do that.
You should.
Yeah, it's just because why not, right? There's never gonna be an English version of that. So why not? Anyway, I highly recommend Dingo, so you should like look into the catalog and see if anything fits what you're doing, because it's definitely worth a laugh at least.
Okay.
But anyway, and then there are two other Hunchback movies, like mockbuster movies, that are really for kids, that are really, really funny. And I'm not even going to tell you what happens in them, because your reaction, it will probably be genuine, like, what the hell? Sorry, my tangent is, that's what I mean. Like, they take these like serious stories, and they're like, how do we adapt this to kids? And they don't know what Disney's doing, so they're just like, magic in it or something. So this anime, it's like, how the heck did they do Les Mis? So I haven't seen those episodes yet, but I hope to watch the whole thing.
That will be interesting.
Yeah. I don't know. I think this anime series is very interesting. I like the variety. I can't wait to watch their Dracula and their Frankenstein.
I kind of want to just do a series on that, just so I have an excuse to talk about those. Because now I'm looking forward to doing that in the future, and that wasn't one that, like, I mean, I was kind of gonna do Dracula and Frankenstein someday, but not anytime soon. But now I kind of want to speed them up just so I can get to them.
You can always do them, and then when you do, just hell, you could just like do episodes of this that you find interesting. You might as well, since we have it. I haven't renamed our files yet, so it's all kind of a mess. But I will eventually do that, and you can like pick out which ones are of interest.
Yeah.
But yeah, because definite. And the Frankenstein thumbnail is like hilarious. So that's like next for me to watch, because it's like, how the heck do they cover Dracula and Frankenstein in this supposedly family-friendly show?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
Yeah. So this was a ambitious show, and I think even though obviously there are some episodes that are not good as others, I think it's really kind of cool though that it was that ambitious, and it's also really awesome that it's in HD on streaming. I wish they did it worldwide.
Yeah.
I feel like our society is more global now, especially for anime.
Yeah.
So why not? Like, they don't even have to do dubs. They could just put subs, and
subtitles would be perfectly fine.
Yeah, and
just some way that I can understand more of it.
Yeah, and there's more interest in retro anime now too, like not just mainstream anime. like Kenny Lauderdale, a lot of people are getting interested in retro anime because of his videos. So I think
Is he the
they're
one who did that one video on
what is anime or Charge Man Ken.
Charge Man Ken? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so bizarre.
Yeah, and he saw your video too, which amazed me. So people are getting more interest in retro anime. So why not? Like, I wish they did this for all animes.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, what else is it doing? It's just rotting in, supposedly a warehouse or
Yeah.
why not?
I mean, there's a market for it.
Or even Toei, like Toei has, like their Alice is a really good one, and they don't have it HD streaming. People love Toei, so why not?
That's true, yeah. And they've done a bunch of other stuff that we would be interested in as well.
Yeah, like Toei is a beloved company, and people would love to see everything they have. So, but I think we're copyright holders are still like going through the phase of being old and not realizing what technology can do for them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you'd think that people would wake up to how they could benefit from putting this stuff out there. Because,
Yeah,
I mean, you could make money from it. Like, you put it as a streaming service, somebody would pay for it. Even if they weren't
like
ones that would pay for it all the time, like I would pay for it just to get access to some of this stuff when I needed to talk about it.
yeah, and it's like the only thing I could think of to not do it is because they think people will pirate it, but it's like they will definitely pirate it if you don't do it though, because at least there will be like I like to support when companies do this.
Yeah.
I do feel if Japanese Amazon worked globally, then I wouldn't have tried to take these things off of it. Well, I would have for archival purposes, but I probably would just tell people to go check it out, not to.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't like upload it on YouTube if it was available for everybody around the globe to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't know, I believe in supporting that kind of stuff. But it's just a lot of people don't do it.
Yeah, no, if stuff is available legally, people are going to go for that. Like, there's always going to be pirates.
Yeah.
But the more things are available, the more people will be going for the easiest way to get to it. Because piracy is not
Piracy is
that
tiring.
Yeah, it's not that easy. Like, people make it out to be this huge problem, but a lot of people don't do it because it is hard to find things, especially stuff that's so obscure like this stuff. Like, we can search and search and search and never find what we're looking for. But if somebody just puts it out there, we're going to pay for it if we want it that bad.
Yeah, like I would have paid for this HD quality of the show. Like,
even though it's kind of terrible, it's still interesting enough to talk
I think
about.
There's good episodes, but I would have.
I was talking about Little Women. Little Women is kind of terrible, but it would still be worth it just so that we could talk about it for the podcast. To me, anyway.
And I think it would be worth buying the whole show just because to support them, but also because it looks like there are good episodes. Mm-hmm. And if anything, the Little Women one did provide me with a couple laughs. So I got some value in that. And I could have paid for that Japanese company. So do it internationally. But yeah, I think hopefully a lot of that will change in the future. Because I love how much more international our releases are getting. That, things in Japan will get a new episode and it will be in English subtitles like right away.
Yeah.
And theaters are like considering doing pro shots now because of the whole COVID thing. Which and that's great too, because they were convinced that people wouldn't go see their shows then. But then it's like, well, now no one's seeing your show, huh?
Yeah. And they could have been making money this whole time.
Some money. Yeah. Gosh. Who would know? But it's also like, what when the show ends, you could at least put out a pro shot and still make money off of it.
Exactly.
Yeah,
How
but
is
they're
it
like,
that we can think this and know this, but the people in charge don't understand this? I don't get it.
it's some weird, like, bizarre thing, like, oh, if we put it out, if we do a revival, then they won't come back or something. Which is like, actually, if you do a revival, people will be more familiar with what you're doing a revival of.
Yeah.
Because they will have seen that and be like, oh, I really like that show. I want to see it, live.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go see it. Whereas I think other people, like, especially if it's like a rarer show, they're not gonna know what it is. So they're gonna be like, am I gonna see that or see like Wicked for 1 millionth time? They're probably gonna go with Wicked. So
especially if people are like me who can't get over there. If I finally am able to go to New York sometime and go to a Broadway show, I'm going to see one of the big shows that I've been wanting to see forever. I'm not going to look up a little one that I don't know anything about.
Yeah.
But if it's available, if more of these shows are available for me to watch on my own time here in the middle of nowhere.
Like, wow, this show is really, really good. And you do happen to be in New York. And you're like, I want to see that show I really, really like.
Exactly. Plus, they would have money from being able to sell or rent the other ones out to people like me who can't get out there. So they're making money either way.
Yeah. So and I can't talk too much about it, but I have been talking to someone who's like kind of in the entertainment industry with theater, and they're like, oh, yeah, there's this, because the people in charge of that kind of stuff are really like stuck in the old ages.
It seems that way, yes.
Yeah, and now like everything, this has changed their whole perspective because they can't make money off these shows that they've invested a lot of money in. So and then Hamilton was a sensation being streamed. So hopefully that's changing everybody's minds.
I still need to watch that, but yeah, I feel like I'm one of the last few people who haven't seen it yet.
Hamilton, hip hop's not really my cup of tea, but it is very good. Like we're probably like getting really off topic, but the lyrics are really good. But the best thing about Hamilton, I believe, is showing theater companies that you can make money off pro shots. And at least you're making money off a pro shot instead of a guest making a bootleg and you not making money. So why not? Why not make some money instead of bootlegs? Like, hopefully things will change. There's still old people in charge.
Yeah. You can say that about a lot of things.
Yeah. Heck, I've been like really into the show called like Beetlejuice, and I was surprised to learn that apparently one of the youngest cast member brought up like TikToks as a way to promote the show, and apparently the managers are like, "What's a TikTok?" And I was like, I kind of understand like not having your own personal TikTok, but you think like you would want to consider different avenues to promote your show.
Yeah.
I mean, they did end up doing it, but it's kind of like, I don't know, you'd think that they would have thought of that before. But yeah, it's like, just keep up on the times. I'm just rambling.
Well, I guess we could close this out.
Oh, yeah.
That way I can stop recording it. I won't have to edit around a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, you can take that last part out.
I'll probably take a lot of this out.
Yeah. No problem. All right. We could do the ending.
Thanks for listening to this random bonus mini episode. If you want to listen to the full conversation, check out this week's Every Version Ever, which I'll have linked in the description. And for more from Jenna, I'll have her links in the description as well. Next time we'll be back to our regularly scheduled programming. We're going to be starting up a new Disney Movie Marathon miniseries looking at the package film era. Thanks again for listening, and we'll see you next time.